He did, to his credit. I will give him. Well, I'll give this Frank. I'll give him credit where credit is due. He did try to. He did try to maintain a good business. It's just, again, he has no sense of what a good business is. 4 ads. Wow. That's crazy. But, it was just, Frank didn't know how to run a good business. And it really shined through. Towards the end, when all the prices took a jump in shipping, Frank had set him up for disaster, which we had told him. Me, Tim, Nick, the Pokemon streamers, some of the shipping people, we were all kind of like, you setting your prices so low is great for the consumers, but it's bad for a business model. Like, we don't have to rip everyone off, but you also don't have to set everything at $1. Like, make everything valuable. Like, make it worth its value. So go through the game, check the condition, put it up for $4. Exactly. That's really the problem. It wasn't about maintaining a good business practice. It was about flipping the product, and that's what it came down to. We would say, look at the games. Have someone dedicated to look at the game. Just say good, scratched, indifferent, whatever. Do that, and that's what you do. And then we're like, stop sending for $1. I know you guys loved getting games for $1. But the reality is it's a bad business practice, because when times got tough and the market got small, we didn't sell anything anymore, because you guys were like, oh, everything's $1. We're just going to wait until it's $1, which is fine. Like, if I don't blame you guys for that. If I was purchasing that shit, I would do the same thing. But it was a bad business practice, which we told him from the beginning. Like, you don't have to rip them off. Don't put up things for $50. But if you have a decent game and you refurbished it and you took care of it, put it up for $5. It's worth $5. People will pay $5 because that's what the game is worth. And the funny thing is, he fucked a lot of you guys too, because when everybody saw that he was putting them so low, how many people would just wait for his streams to buy his shit? And then when you put it up in your stream, it didn't sell as well, right? He definitely should have. He should have put them up what they were worth, Rossman. That's what he should have done. He should have researched it and said, okay, this game's worth $3, put it up for $3. If somebody wants to bid more, they bid more. But the starting price is what the game is worth. Instead, he put everything for $1. Everything for $1. And it flooded the market. It did two really detrimental things. It flooded the market. So the value just natural decreased, because you guys had, if you're selling the same games, Frank put 50 of them out there already. So now the value just decreases, because it's half of the value of these games is the rarity. Because he devalued everything. Exactly. Because that's half these games. It's not the game themselves. They've been out for 30 years, So it's not like it's a new game or something like that. It's the value is in the rarity. It's how hard is it to come by. And Japanese games had a little more value because they were hard to get in America. Frank was buying in bulk and then just shipping everything out. And then the other thing is, he devalued the market. Is, again, like I said, he put us in a situation where we couldn't even value up what we had, because he just put everything up for $1. So it just became, look at me. I'm like, if I saw you put it up, now we can say, like, let's say there was a Mega Man game, and that's worth, we'll say $11. That's what it's worth. It's worth that much money. So you put it up for $7. I'm just gonna wait and see if it comes up on Frank's stream. I'm gonna wait 2 weeks, because if he gets it on Frank's stream, I can get it for probably $4. So then no one's gonna bid over $5 on a game that's worth $11. Yeah. Exactly. And that was bad business. And I cannot Rossman, I cannot tell you how many times I sat down with him and I talked to him about that. I'm not saying I'm a business major. I'm not saying I'm a whiz kid with that. But I mean, it's just common business practices. Don't devalue your product, because then you can never value it back up. You know, if McDonald's put every burger out for $1, you know, today, and then a week later they put everything up to $10, you're not going to buy that. You're going to go to Burger King. You're going to go anywhere else. Because you're like, well, you used to have it for $1, so that's what I want it for. And that's a consumer mindset. That's not, you know, and it's not like you guys are bad for that. That's just how consumers work. You see a price and you understand, you value it based on what the company values it at. So if you're putting your product up for $1, we're going to say then it's only worth $1 because that's what you're doing. You know, it's different when the prices all go up and you say, oh, because of tax or because of, you know, this or that and the other thing, we have to raise everything 50 cents. That's one thing. It's another thing when you're just like, man, I wasn't making any money. I'm going to raise everything 300%. He didn't listen to any suggestions anyone offered, Ross, man. He was a yes man. He would go, yeah, and then he wouldn't. That's the reason why also a lot of people left. He already knows. He doesn't know shit. He doesn't know shit, Ross, man. We're gonna call a spade a spade. He doesn't know shit. I mean, like, he doesn't know shit. So I mean, you know, if you get good deals on, by all means, buy from him. Still, he's still putting everything up for $1. So it's just, I don't know how he expects to make any money doing that. And I honestly don't know how he's still in business, because when I left, he was bleeding at least $500 a day. And that was without utilities being added in. Like, the company, when he let me go, the company was losing at least $500 a day. Between the processing, the payroll, and he didn't even show me what he was paying for the warehouse that he had us all in. Yeah, maybe because it's less overhead now, but